Hey, what's up guys, this is Sky495 here with the unboxing and review of the Billy Club by Powerbuilt. So this is a really interesting hybrid of the typical 4-way lug wrench as well as a breaker bar, trying to give you more leverage with the longer length. So this is an adjustable piece right here, 1/2-inch head, and it has a 4-way sockets to fit most cars, and it has also a 3-inch extender right here. And these actually can fit here in the handles, so you don't need to worry about carrying these in a toolbox or something like that. So for the unboxing, just go ahead and give you guys a quick overview of what it looks like with the packaging on. So I bought this at Home Depot for about 25 bucks plus tax. Alright, so I tried to install some wheel locks on my new-ish car, and I found out that, of course, the ones that they come with never give you enough torque, so I had to go out and buy this one to see if I can get the lug nuts off. So let me just go ahead and unclip these zip ties and remove the packaging. Alright, so with everything out of the package and the package in completely irreconcilable condition, let's just go ahead and give you a quick overview of these things. So here it is, the extension right here. Goes on like this. There we go, and then you can pick your choice of which one you need. So the 2 smaller ones and the 2 larger sizes here. So let me just go ahead and try this out on my lug nuts. So I'm happy to report that this is the tool that I used to successfully remove the lug nuts off my wheel and install the wheel locks onto them. Unlike the lug wrench that came with my car and even a 4-way cross lug wrench, this is quite long and offers the torque of a breaker bar, but also the flexibility of using both hands on it like a cross wrench. What makes this tool so versatile is the sliding connection here right here that's able to slide into one of these 3 grooves for an essential 2 torquing positions. So the overall length of this bar is 20.75 inches, but the actual torquing capacity length are as follows. So in the direct middle, you get about 10.5 inches of length, and then if you slide over to one of the ends, you get about 14 inches. So if you were to hold this thing at its end and turn, you would get that much length times the amount of force that you apply to it. The construction quality of this breaker bar lug wrench hybrid is near perfect, with of course the exception of the plastic caps at the end. They're colored bright red so you won't lose them, hopefully, but that is definitely a huge mistake on their part. I don't see why they couldn't have made the whole thing metal. That's obviously going to be the point of failure for this particular system. Now, since the caps are removable, inside the handle is hollow to house in the extension for the head as well as 2 sockets, and it is dual size, so each socket has 2 different sizes, and you just slip them on based on which one you need. The sizes of the universal SAE sockets are as follows. In the US, it's 11/16 inches, 3/4 inches, 13/16 inches, and 7/8 inches. And the metric sizes as follows are 17, 19, 21, and 22 millimeters. These socket sizes should fit pretty much every commercial vehicle, and the drive head is 1/2 inch. One complaint I do have is that the joints, since they are multi-pieces, don't fit together as snugly as maybe other models. It is a relatively cheap tool, but I wish that it would have a better, snugger fit. It still works for my needs, but there is definitely a gap and some movement when putting all pieces together. And you definitely do need that extension joint, because otherwise you'll most likely be hitting the rim of your tire when you're trying to remove the lug nuts. I do wish that the extension joint, as many people have mentioned, would be a little longer, but for my case, my Toyota Corolla, it fit just fine. Now, just a tip, when you're actually using this, you probably don't want anything inside the handle because it's going to cling around when you're using it, and that's no fun. So the only time I have something in the handles is when I'm storing it. So usually what I do is I put the extension joint along inside with the smaller of the sockets, clean them together, and then put that in one handle, and then the other handle will house the larger socket. So to wrap things up, I do think this is a worthy tool to pick up, even though there are some flaws with the extension joint and the piece is not fitting together perfectly and in the plastic caps. I think this is a really nice innovative product. I always like to see these hybrid new products coming out to try to do things that we usually do in a new way. And I think this is one that is definitely worth taking a look at. And only around $30, it's definitely a good price. So that'll pretty much do it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like. It would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to my channel, Sky475, for more product videos like this. Thanks for watching.